Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to The Ragged Gamer. I'm your boy Santos, and I'm finally getting around to making the video for the Asus ROG Strix 1080 Ti, which I still agree is a very long name, but nonetheless is an excellent card. I took out the side panel here before the video so you can get a better view of the card. You can see that there's a little bit of RGB there. It says Republic Gamers, it's red. You can see, well, you can't really see it, but it is red in there as well at the top. Very thick card, guys. It's a 2.5 slot card, so a little bit bigger than even the 1080 Ti or the previous ROG Strix 1080. Now, a couple things that I did complain about the last Ti that I had, the Founders Edition, was obviously that the green LED there that was just ashore on the side of my computer, and the heat. The heat output on this thing was crazy. Like I said in the last video, which you can actually check out here on the left, was 87 degrees, more or less, 87 degrees Celsius, which I can tell you is incredibly hot, and in this room that is not that big, it does heat it up very fast. So this video is going to be a lot shorter than the last one that I did. Basically, it's just going to be a versus the Founders Edition that I had before, just to see how far we've come, how much better it is, how much increase in performance are you getting for the money. In this instance, this card was $780, but that's because I paid for it at a local store. Now, if you buy this on Amazon, which I'll leave a link in the description below, you can get it for about $730. Newegg, same thing. I'll leave a link in the description if you like. And if you guys do decide to purchase this card, please consider my link as it does help the account. Now, again, I'm just going to be giving you the numbers, a little bit of gameplay of Ghost Recon Wildlands, and just a little bit of the description of what I'm seeing, what my thoughts are at the end of this video. It's not going to be as in-depth as the other one was, because I don't think it needs to be. You guys can see a lot of videos of the Asus ROG Strix 1080s and 1080 Ti's, and yeah, so here we go. Let me show you my screen and we can get on with it.
Alright guys, so here you can see the scores, and like I said before, this is just going to be basically a simple version of the last video that I did about the 1080 Ti Founders Edition, which you can see here in the top left if you want to see the comparative scores. But I will give you the percentage, more or less, of what it went up or down, which in this case it all went up. So I'm going to do some gameplay of Ghost Recon and a little bit of Overwatch, just so you can see here. So as you can see with Mass Effect Andromeda, which is the MEA, all the way to the left, it is 127 max frame rates that I was getting and 93 minimum. What that comes out to is about 9% for the max difference in increase and 15% in increase for the mins. Now obviously you guys take the minimums with a grain of salt. They're just the minimum frame rates. It's not the end-all be-all of the cards, right? So you want to more or less get the average of your frames. Now for Honor, there was a difference, though not too much, I want to say. Not at least for the max. So I got 230 on this one, and the last one, I know it was in the twos, I don't remember quite well what it was, but it was about a 7% difference increase, obviously. Now for the minimums, obviously you see 148, and that was surprising. That was about a 25% jump. So it looks like the minimum frame rates are the ones that are getting the biggest boost here. So yeah, that was something to take there. Now Overwatch, which again you guys know is not a very graphic intensive game, it basically uses anything you can throw at it and it'll take it just fine, and it's really overkill in terms of this graphics card and this CPU, to be perfectly honest. Now I do remember what I got for the last one. It was 250 for the last one. As you can see here, we got 297. That was about more or less a 15% increase here, and it's actually capped at 300. So we almost hit the cap, and I'm sure I did hit the cap at some point, maybe while I was recording. I didn't reach it or something, but you know, 297 off 300 is within the margin of error. Now the minimum rates, that was 189. I don't remember what I got the last time. Again, you can see it on the top left. I'll leave the description, or the video link in the description below. The minimum frame rate's got a jump of 21% increase, as you can see there. Now, I did take an average of all these, and you're going to see that the average is going to be a little different here. Because Ghost Recon, I'm not going to lie, I didn't see any difference. I didn't see any real boost in frames there. I did see that I didn't dip down as much, and it was a lot smoother. Again, this is all at 1080p, so I can only imagine it's going to get better at 1440, which I will be doing here pretty soon. But again, Ghost Recon, no real difference, just not dipping as much into the 50s like I was before. So I would say it's just an average of 60s. Between I was reaching sometimes 70s, again dipping into like 58s. So let's just say 60. Anti-aliasing is turned off on all of these games. So with taking all those games into account and getting the average, it's about a 13.5% boost. An increase, performance that this Asus ROG Strix 1080 Ti is getting over the Founders Edition, which I think is a pretty decent performance boost there. If I'm paying, let's see, I paid $789, which is about a $50 premium over this card if you find it on Amazon, which I have a link in the description, and if you find it at Newegg. See, I just like going to a store and being able to purchase my product right there, and if I have a problem with it, I can return it right there. None of this RMA things. I don't have to return labels and all that stuff like that. I don't like dealing with all that. And again, I like the 2-year warranty that I get on my card with Micro Center. But let's say I would have purchased this from Amazon alone. I do think that a $30 premium over the $699 that the Founders Edition is well worth the 13% increase. Not even taking into effect, like I said before, that A, it's aesthetically pleasing. You got the RGB, which you can make it any color you want, which is not a big deal for everyone, but for me personally it is. And the heat. Like I told you guys before, the heat on the Founders Edition was incredible. I was touching around 87 degrees Celsius, and the exhaust on the back of my case was crazy hot. I could barely hold my hand back there, and my room is not that big, so my room was getting very, very heated very fast. Now I'm not even touching 60 degrees. I think I was touching 58 degrees Celsius under full load the entire time, and never bumped up past that. And I think that's because I'm also overclocked. I'm in OC mode, and this case is a mid-tower case. It's not that big, so obviously some heat's going to stay there, but if I can get into a bigger case, I'm sure I would not be touching 50s, maybe sticking around the 40s. But anyway, and as you can see, guys, again, I'm terrible at this game. I just got it because it was free. So you're not going to see any great play here or anything like that on my part, but you can see that it's very smooth, very detailed, very nice. I am going to show you basically a worst case scenario. I'm going to go into a very wooded area and look out into the distance with my sniper rifle. Again, don't expect anything great. I am horrible at this game, but you can see a pretty graphic intensive location. This is going to really put your card through the ringer. As you can see, it's pretty smooth. I'm not really getting any lag. The dips are not there like they were before. So again, I'm not really seeing any increase in frames per second, but I'm not really seeing the lag there as much. It is able to keep up with my CPU and everything else that's going on. So I'm not really bottlenecking, as is normally a problem here. Sorry. You just enjoy this a little bit, I guess.
Alright guys, well that is my video for today, and if you want my opinion, my considered opinion, the 1080 Ti from Asus is a great card for any build, so long as you're not making one that's budget oriented. It is not leaps and bounds, but it is better all around than your Founders Edition. It is about a 13% increase, like I said before. However, the heat output is what, 50% less, a little bit less than 50%. But yeah, that alone is worth the $30 premium that you're going to pay if you buy it through Amazon or through Newegg. And also you have RGB lighting, which you can make it, you know, look however you want. It'll fit almost any build, really, unless you're probably just doing a pure white build, and then I guess the black plastic won't work. But then this video is not for you in that case if you're that picky. A couple of things to note, guys, is I know that the Ryzen 5 chips came out, and they are you know, really what's hitting all of YouTube right now, and I haven't really been bringing any of that. But just so you guys see that I'm not trying to fall that behind, I got this bad boy here, the Ryzen 5 1600X. I know it is a little longer than, you know, every other channel that's come out, but remember, guys, I am buying these, and these are coming out of my own pocket. So I have to wait for them to actually come out, A, and B, I'm not always the first one to buy them, as sometimes I go out and look and they are out of sale already. So I finally got my hands on one. I'll be doing basically the exact same build that I have here, just going to pull out the R7 and put in this R5 and see what kind of numbers we get. It seems to boost up to 4.0, and it starts at 3.6, which is not far behind my 3.7, that's my 1700X. Again, I am boosted at 3.9. stable, so I doubt this is going to hit 4.0 if my 1700X couldn't, unless I hit the silicon lottery. Jesus. I'm nervous and I don't know why. But anyway, guys, keep an eye out for that video. It's going to come out here in the next couple days, like I said before, and yeah, that should be great. And another thing that I'm going to be doing here is I'm actually getting sick of my Cooler Master Evo 112. I know a lot of you guys are going to say that it's actually put up wrong, but it's actually the only way this is able to set. The bracket is set up for top to bottom, not side to side, which I know is the best way to put it. So I do hear you, it's just nothing I can really do about it. So what I am going to do about it, though, is replace it with this here, the Master Cooler Master Liquid 120. This is a push-pull configuration. What I'm going to be doing is actually setting it up to be my exhaust fan. I think that's the best setup for it. I did want to put it up here at the top exhaust, but I don't think I have enough clearance. So with that said, it is going to be my exhaust fan, and I know that you guys are going to say, you know, AIOs are not worth it, custom water cooling blocks or custom water cooling loops are a lot better, and I do hear you there. However, until I can actually go to my local micro center and buy an EK water block system that is natively compatible with AM4 and don't have to wait for them to send me one over the mail, or have to contact them, or even wait online, because you guys know I like to buy my stuff locally and not really support my local shops, but I do like to go to a physical place where I can return my stuff if I don't like it. And like you guys know from the first video I think I ever made of building my machine, that my AIO from Corsair went out, and I could just easily go there, get my money back, and call it a day. Well, until I can do that with a custom water cooling setup, I will be using this, and I'll be doing a performance review on that as well, so you guys can keep an eye out for that. Well, that really, again, just brings an end to our video here. One last thing. Sorry, guys. I'm going on a tangent here. This case, the S340, the NZXT, is actually being replaced. I'm probably going to go for the Cooler Master Master Air 5T, if memory serves. Black and red edition as well. If I don't go for that, I'm definitely still going to go for basically the same version, except for it's going to be tempered glass. That is a little bit more expensive, but I think it does look a lot nicer, so I'll probably go for that in the end. Another thing to keep a lookout for. So exciting things are coming up to this channel, and just take a little bit more time to set up. And yeah, again, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't, you know what to do. However, hit that red button, subscribe, as it does help the channel out and does help me grow. Again, if you see anything in here that you'd like to purchase, please consider my link from Amazon, as it does help the channel grow as well. Anyway, guys, take care, have a nice day, and stay raggedy.